Sir, Charlie Hale's mayor, you failed the people, failed them, and you continue to fail them with your complicity, with your silent complicity. You are failing the people. You owe a man an apology. You owe the whole city an apology for bringing Rosenbaum and Watson, LLP, to brutalize and traumatize a whole group of people. That group reaches out to people that have been brutalized. And we enter that meeting and there's lines of police officers outside of that building. Lines of people, of police inside of an office ready to grab people that are traumatized, speaking about police brutality. Activists getting arrested because they're speaking up, using their First Amendment right to speak. People being censored because they're saying what they want to say. Stay on subject, stay on subject, stay on subject. You're saying this to people that have mental health issues. Shut up. Don't talk. You're about to get excluded. 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 Threat after threat after threat for 3 fucking hours.
Excuse me, you can't use for...
I am using my constitutional right to express myself. I am using my First Amendment right to express myself.
Sorry. Show them the video.
I am using my First Amendment right to express myself. I am using my First Amendment right to express myself. I am using my First Amendment right to express myself.
Thank you very much.
Go ahead. Hi, my name is Mary Eng. I'm so grateful and honored to be here to speak about this measure. It's been kind of exciting to me. There's a little known thing you don't know about me is that when I was down in paralegal school in Los Angeles City College, I took the 3 necessary courses that would get me in the first door of becoming a real estate agent. So I haven't taken them up on the offer. But another little known fact is that I helped in a squatting operation at the Occupy UBS Bank in Occupy London, which was thrilling and interesting because I got to meet squatting defense lawyers. And what I found out is that after World War II, London was so devastated and so grateful for the United States financial aid to help rebuild in the aftermath of the Nazi incursions, that squatting was liberalized as a measure, as a community response for rebuilding. And I think mischaracterizing all squatters as negative or drug addicts or whatnot kind of fails to see that if we are on a race to the bottom in a fiscal sense, we might turn our eyes towards alternative modalities of rehabilitating buildings or subsidizing constructive real estate projects. But I have about 3 main points, and then I think I'll be done. And I think I can hit those in all 137 of my seconds, especially if I can find my notes. Okay. We got to deal with the slumlords because these are worst case scenario houses. It took years to get them into this dilapidated condition, and I was appalled by the bed bug crisis. The housing management is not done properly, and I worked with the Tzedek legal defense fund that had worked on Holocaust reparations for one of my lawsuits against one of my slumlords in Hollywood, California. So you got to understand that there are good people in housing defense who could give us some appropriate reaction to Portland's anti-peasant attitude towards the peasants. And then we've got the Wall Street trading of these properties as they go on the market in this new initial public offering type stuff or whatever it is where they're trading our property values. It's keeping the rents really jacked up, and we know that, so don't act like we don't know that. And then having a neo-Nazi attending an eviction is really hard on Jewish eviction defense type people, but I'm enjoying this because I don't like mold, and I don't like bed bugs, and I don't like cockroaches, which I heard they weren't allowed in the Northwest, but I moved into a property
where I eventually got the fire chief in on it. My landlord committed suicide because I made a report to the fire chief. She was possibly having her own mental crisis, her own drug addiction, and there's a lot going on there before we get to this worst case scenario. But I appreciate the legal education. I found it enjoyable. Thank you.
Hey guys. At first I was just going to, my name is Jesse Sponberg. Nice to see you guys, Commissioner. You okay, Commissioner? You don't look so good.
Not very.
And you got a cold. Joke. I just want to say thank you guys for initiating, I don't come up and say thank you a lot, for initiating this process to deal with these foreclosures. My only concern is, as I was listening to this, when I first came I was really excited. A year to give these people, it's been about 10, 11 months since we sat here in these same exact seats and had, the declaration of a housing crisis. And, within that year, you're going to be gone. And I just would hate to see this awesome promise turn into another toothless tiger. We still don't have a solution to the homeless. We've targeted 5 houses, and while that looks good on paper and it looks good in the newspaper, I just really urge you guys. I know you're going to be here for the next 50 years, so, but the rest of you guys might not be. So with that said, thank you, and I'd like to give Laura my last 2 minutes.
I think we're stuck with it.
Thank you.
You can't give you minutes because everybody gets
I just want to see you guys jump.
I think we're stuck with the 1 year. That's not something that we've decided. I think that's is that state law or our code? State law. So there's legal structure around us that some of which we can flex and some of which we can't. But I think the 1 year redemption is in state law. We should check that.
Well, I also noticed that you guys, that nice woman they sat here wasn't even sure who owned a couple of the houses. I mean, so it's good that we're going to have a vote. It's symbolic. We do this every once in a while.
Well,
we need
it's not
real
symbolic. If we
solutions.
take them forward into foreclosure, and we proceed to foreclose to the treasurer's office, that's real. They'll get us foreclosure notice, and it will be sold.
Even the ones that have gone to Fannie Mae, national organizations.
It's just another
A
owner.
criminal organization, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
I thought so.
They're just another
So
owner.
are you in just
Hang on a
organized
second,
crime?
let me answer his question. They're just another owner as far as foreclosure.
Better
Right?
have
It could be a
conversation
bank,
with
it
the
could be
man,
Fannie
but not a
Mae, it
woman,
could be
who has a
Freddie.
problem with mental health issues.
We'd like to thank you, Jesse Sponberg, for being the white male in this situation.
All right, thank you.
Thank you for
born that way.
I like the way that he acknowledges you and your conversation and what you
Very
have to
nice.
say.
I would acknowledge you.
And you hardly even look at me when I'm having a conversation, but thank you so much.
Okay, let me add one thing. I watched that COAB video from the other day. That's an embarrassment all around. Everybody who participated in that should be a tiny bit embarrassed. That's all I'm going to say. Thanks, guys.
Thank you all. Okay, next, please.
Are Robert West and Steve Boyle.